And now, because we're talking so much about money, I think it's only appropriate that we shift to the folks that really control the money, and we've got an abundance of it for our pre-lunch discussion to whet your appetite. And then after lunch, we'll have a very funny session with an Israeli who has created many companies and is still creating them, still finding his perfect spot. Then we have some discussion with the famous Jeff Pulver on living life. And then we have a wonderful session with the creators of Dig and Homeland and Yossi Vardi, Gideon Raff, Tim Kring. And then we have a real blockbuster on Absolutely. We have an Absolutely competition, followed by Siberia, all about cyber. And with that, I'd like to bring up our session on VCs on the beach. Coming up, our surfers are coming on up. This panel will be led by Bruce Tarragon of Bloomberg Capital. We also have Esther Barak-Landis of Nielsen Innovate. We have Audrey Jacobs from Our Crowd. We have Dylan Boyd from the Dodgers Accelerator. We have Hamay Watt from Upfront Ventures. And we have Elizabeth Yin from 500 Startups. And if you have to calculate all the money they manage, you'll know that it's a nice, big, round number. So if you're thinking of a venture and you're thinking of an approach, these are the people to come to meet right after their session and join them in conversation during lunch. Take it away and help us understand how money on the beach flows into Israel and other companies. Thank you.
Sharona, thank you. Bruce Tarragon, Bloomberg Capital. It's great to be here. We have a fantastic panel, so we'll try as best we can to hit on interesting, relevant topics for folks in the room. And then I would say, just Sharon, I don't know if someone has a microphone to walk around with questions, but just raise your hand and we can always try and do that as well. But why don't we very briefly, if everyone can just do a quick, brief introduction, yourself, your firm, and maybe either your latest investment or something, kind of an area of focus and interest. And I'm going to have to, as the moderator, since we have a lot of people, not a lot of time, I'm going to gong people and jump in, and no commercials and no wisecracks from the audience. Let's take it away.
I'm Dylan Boyd with RGA Ventures. I've been building corporate partnership venture programs for the past 4 years with a lot of companies from Barclays, Disney, Sprint, Nike, and now here in Los Angeles with the LA Dodgers in sports and entertainment technology.
Hi, I'm Suraj Rachwani. We manage a fund out of Menlo Park. Our fund thesis is primarily investing in the enterprise layer, anything in big data analytics down the stack, and with a focus on IoT and security. Our latest investment is in a company based in Palo Alto and San Francisco called Silk Labs.
Just briefly, what do they do?
They're essentially trying to build the fabric for the Internet of Things layer. With Google having their own Brillo project, Cisco having their own IoT mission, Silk is trying to be the independent fabric connecting all your IoT devices, and it's built on Android because Android is the open source platform right now that they're defined as the most scalable.
Great.
Hamay Watt, venture partner at Upfront Ventures. Upfront's been around for a while. Our old name was GRP Partners. We changed our name about a year ago because we're not focused on retail, which is what the old name stood for. We're investing out of our fifth fund. It's about $300 million. All the other funds are around the same size, and we're focused on early stage technology companies. In terms of a recent investment, I'll mention a company called Nanit, which where the CEO is actually from Israel, but it is a baby monitor that uses computer vision to do some fun stuff around the baby's biometrics and also how fast the baby's growing, how many hours they've slept, that kind of thing.
And what's sort of emblematic for you, in terms of structure? Like, how much did you guys invest? What was the size of the round? And who, if you could talk about valuation.
In general, we're a Series A investor. We do some seed sometimes as well. Our average check size is right at about $3 million in terms of our initial check. About 60% of our investments are in the Southern California, Los Angeles area, but we invest all around the world.
Got it. Great.
Thank you. I'm Audrey Jacobs with Our Crowd. We're based in Israel, and we launched 2.5 years ago. We have invested $160 million into 80 companies, 80% in Israel. We're investing in every sector of technology and every stage, from early stage to pre-IPO. And what makes us unique as a VC is that we enable individual investors globally to invest alongside us at a minimum of 10K. Our most recent investment that we're doing right now is Replay Technologies, which is a virtual reality technology that allows you to watch sports in 3D.
Now, Audrey, just for a second also, Our Crowd is, and there are actually a few of you on the panel that I would say are trying to really disrupt venture capital with different innovative types of platforms and approaches to venture investing. So what would you say for the entrepreneur is, the benefit, why go with Our Crowd? What would you say is unique and differentiated from sort of a classic venture firm?
One thing I will say is our entrepreneurs do say that we're a nice VC, but really in terms of value add is the fact that we have 10,000 accredited investors from over 100 countries. So if a company truly has a global go-to-market strategy, we're able to tap into our very powerful and highly networked investor base to help leverage their growth.
Awesome.
And again, we're one line on the cap table.
Got it. Hopefully it's a large...
It's minimum $1 million. We just finished, I think, writing a $17 million check where we led around with a couple of other major corporates.
Wait, how much did you guys put in on that round?
The round was a $25 million round, and we're putting in 17.
Wow. Oh, okay. So
we're writing big checks now.
Yeah, that's serious. We got to get more money from you guys on some of these other companies we're
talk
co-investors
later.
on.
Okay.
Esther, what about you? A little bit on your company and sort of the incubator approach, if that's appropriate word.
Nielsen Innovate is an incubator and an early stage VC. We invest in seed and pre-seed and up to A rounds. We are also backed by the OCS, so the chief scientist. So for every dollar that we invest, we get $5 from the government, and later on for every